Today I'm going to teach you how to turn social anxiety into confidence. Let's get right into it. What's up guys, I'm DC, and this is probably one of the most important videos I've made so far. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I transitioned from being so socially awkward to being way more out of my shell, knowing how to talk to people, being more direct, more leader-like, things like that. And this is stuff that's going to help absolutely everybody, especially young men out there that have the same problems that I did. First principle I want you guys to understand of going from socially awkward to confident is about loving yourself. It's so simple, right? It sounds kind of corny. People don't really think about it, but if you do not genuinely love yourself, man, woman, I don't care. If you do not genuinely value yourself to a high degree and consider yourself to be one of the most important people in your life, if not the most important, then you have a few things coming for you. People that don't love themselves, they disrespect themselves. They'll just let anybody walk all over them. They'll let anything slide, People will use them and they don't even care because they don't place enough value on themselves. Another part of loving yourself, which is kind of different, it's about trusting yourself, right? And, we're going to link these two together. So, for example, I'm going into this car right now to make this YouTube video, and before I came in here, I wasn't, writing down a script or nothing. I just started recording, and I trusted myself knowing that I was going to put out a good video, just something that was going to be worth the quality that I'd like. And I'm not over here thinking, okay, what am I going to say next sentence, right? Like, we're not over here breaking down word for word everything. We just know what we want to say, and we're going to say it. It's as simple as that. And, another part is being way more decisive, okay? Because people that are not confident, they spend too much time thinking between, the amount of options that people have. There's this thing in psychology, it's called something like the paradox of choice, right? And people think that having more choices is a good thing. In most cases, when you're somebody who lacks decisiveness to instantly make decisions on the fly, trusting your gut especially, then you're going to be going back and forth between options, and it's going to very much show in your body language, which is also another major component in confidence, is body language. You want to look at people directly, look at them through their eyes, right? Eye contact with people, face people when they're talking to you, make sure you're not just standing some other way, right? Make sure you're not in a crammed up position, right? You don't want to be hunched over. You want to make sure you have a nice posture. Eye contact, but a lot of people, they don't feel comfortable with eye contact, which I was exactly in the same boat too. I couldn't even look at people in their eyes for more than 3 seconds. So the simplest way to actually improve it is the most obvious choice. You simply have to do it more. Keep pushing yourself outside your level of comfort, and you will actually expand the amount of comfort that you're able to tolerate because of this. Just think of it as you're leveling up your confidence level, okay? By challenging yourself to be more confident, by voluntarily putting yourself in these situations that make you uncomfortable, because choosing to stay comfortable is actually going to hurt you in the long run rather than help you. So when you see opportunities where you can challenge yourself in making eye contact with people, simply just getting out more, right? If you're somebody that's still in school right now, then when you go to the hallway, right, start saying hi to people. It doesn't have to be every single person, of course, but make a goal of I'm gonna say hi to 5 people today and look them in their eyes. You start small and then you go big. It's simple progressive overload. It applies to this too. You just have to start, let's say, with 5 people and say, hey, whatever your name is, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. It's basic conversation stuff, but we're not practicing conversation skills here. We're practicing confidence. So once we can get that confidence level up, then we can go on to conversation skills, which is a whole other component. Another thing that goes over most young men's heads is how to actually project your voice. You don't want a high-pitched voice. You don't want a low-pitched voice. You want to be in a natural masculine frame. As a young man, one of the best ways to be more confident is to be in your masculine frame. Men have more natural masculine energy. Women have more natural feminine energy. You, if you are a man, need to embrace masculine qualities, being more leader-like, being more decisive, things like that. You can practice all sorts of activities in many different ways, but the point is you gotta start practicing, because you can watch as many videos as you want on confidence and all that, right? You got the information in your head, but if you're not practicing, it's not gonna be ingrained in your subconscious, and it's just gonna be something that you keep thinking of and you don't actually apply. Let's say playing a basketball game. Why would you keep just shooting these layups when you're trying to work on your 3-throw? Practice perfectly and you will become not perfect, but damn well near, I'll tell you that. Overall though, the best way, and this covers pretty much everything, is just self-improvement, right? Somebody who's self-improving, that's dedicated to actually increasing the value of their lives, because how do you love yourself, right? Going back to our first thing, you have to self-improve. self-improve so you have assets, you have values. The more skills you develop in your life, the more proud you become of yourself, the more confident you are. This is why going to the gym is a phenomenal example of self-improvement, because you are increasing your value and putting in the discipline, putting in the work. Everybody can go to the gym, but not everybody wants to do it, you know? Everybody wants to be jacked, but nobody wants to lift a heavy-ass weight. So that's why it comes to discipline, right? And that's also one key characteristic that defines you from today's generation. The majority of people in my generation are just not disciplined. So dealing with social anxiety really isn't as big of a deal as people make it out to be. You want to be confident in yourself at the end of the day, and with the ways we just described, it's not a problem. Confidence is one of the best things that can happen in your life, because you are not afraid to speak your opinion. You want to say what you want. When you start practicing how to be more confident and apply these skills that I've just described to you guys, I promise the results will come way sooner than you think. And this is one of the most beneficial things you can do in your life, is becoming more confident. It just creates way more opportunities to meet new people and, you know, have more things in your life that you can look forward to. So confidence is so phenomenal in your life, and I highly recommend that you guys, if you are somebody with a lot of social anxiety like I used to be, start going to the gym, start practicing all these things, start leveling up, self-improvement. Just know that there are plenty of ways to get out of that rut. If I can do it, you can too, and I promise that. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I'll see you in the next.